Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2016 82nd commencement of St. Mary's University School of Law. I am Steve Shepard, the Dean. I will introduce the platform party in a moment, but would you now please welcome the renowned musical trio of undergraduates of St. Mary's University, the Moipe Sisters, who will sing the national anthem. Please face the colors and then remain standing for the invocation to follow.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the rampants we watched was so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Extraordinary. And now, the invocation will be offered by the Reverend Jim Tobin of the Society of Mary, chaplain of the Greehey School of Business. Father Tobin.
Thank you, Dean Shepard. Let us pray. Blessed are you, God of love. We praise you and bless you and give you thanks. You are the source of every good gift and blessing. In your will, we find our purpose. In your wisdom, we find our joy. Bless our graduates from our School of Law who have completed their studies. Bless their families and friends who have supported them. We thank you for the gifts you have given them. Thank you for helping them persevere in their studies to this day. Guide them in their studies yet to come, and comfort them as you inspire them both to pass the bar exam and to serve justice through their clients' causes. Send forth your Holy Spirit upon them to enlighten and guide them, to pursue truth and work for justice in the service of your people. And may the good work you have begun in them come to completion in you, O God, our loving Father. Amen.
Please be seated. Again, welcome to this 82nd commencement of the law school. This day belongs to our graduates and to their families, but there are a few individuals I would like to introduce to you. First, may I present President Thomas Mingler, President of St. Mary's University. Representing the Board of Trustees of St. Mary's University, Ms. Doris Slay Barber. Dr. Aaron Tyler, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs of St. Mary's. Mr. Peter Hosey, President of St. Mary's Law Alumni Association. Will officers of the university and senior administration of the School of Law please rise? That's all. And our guest of honor, Thomas J. Henry, our commencement speaker. Many among our graduates, our family and friends who are here, are active duty members and veterans of the United States military. Would you please stand and allow us to recognize you? Thank you all. And now it is an honor for me to welcome to the podium President of St. Mary's University, Thomas Mingler, JD, to bring greetings to our graduates on behalf of the university. President Mingler.
Good afternoon, everyone. I join Dean Shepard in welcoming you parents, family, friends, and our law graduates to this wonderful day. Congratulations to our graduates for your hard work in reaching this day of celebration. We are proud of you and proud that you will be ambassadors for St. Mary's University in the coming years. Your time at the School of Law with our talented faculty and our staff have prepared you, like scores of other St. Mary's graduates, to eventually lead by serving your legal communities in which you'll be practicing. And like so many St. Mary's graduates before you, you're prepared also eventually to lead and serve your communities more broadly, to use your many gifts for the common good, especially for those who are least among us. All this, of course, going forward, just like law school, just like the 3 or 4 years that you spent, will require your hard work, a great deal of preparation, and a commitment to excellence. The best lawyers who serve their clients well every day and in so doing advance justice work hard, they prepare thoroughly, and they're committed to excellence. Just as vitally, the best attorneys view their professional careers not as a good, financially rewarding job, but as a vocation, a calling by God to employ your talents and your time in service to clients and to our civil and criminal justice system. And that's the St. Mary's difference. That's the St. Mary's effect, our Catholic and Marianist dimension. I would urge you for a few minutes, maybe today or certainly in the coming weeks when you have a pause when you're studying for the bar exam, to reflect on this concept of vocation, and more particularly to reflect on your own vocation. What greater purpose has brought me to this point today? And how can I carry forward as a lawyer the values and ideals that I cherish in my personal life with my family and friends? And finally, I want to express, graduates, to your family and friends, our gratitude, who have provided so much support and so much affection for you these past few years. Thank you all. And congratulations again, graduates, and may God bless you.
Thank you, Mr. President. It's always a pleasure to hear the wisdom of an attorney as well as the leadership of the president of a great university. Please welcome to the podium Rebecca Fisher, outgoing president of the Student Bar Association, for a student perspective on this day. Ms. Fisher.
Good afternoon. Before I begin highlighting the achievements of my classmates from the class of 2016, I would like to take a moment to thank those who played a large role in helping each of us reach this point in our lives. This thank you is for those of you sitting in the stands and watching from home. It is for our mothers, our fathers, our brothers and sisters, our husbands and wives and significant others, for our grandparents, our aunts and uncles, our cousins, our friends, our professors, and the faculty at St. Mary's, who have each stood by us and with us throughout our law school careers. During our orientation, we were instructed to look at the person on our right and look at the person on our left, and told that they might not be there at the end of our 1L year. So I ask each of you to now look to the person on your right and the person on your left and give them a high five, a hug, or a pat on the back, because we made it. As a class, we have overcome the obstacles thrown our way by faculty, administration, and oftentimes by one another. We have survived countless hours of studying, preparing for class, and writing notes in our books till we thought our hands were about to fall off. We have overcome 100+ multiple choice question tests, essays that filled multiple blue books or took entirely too long to type. Our achievements, however, span far beyond the classroom. Amongst you sit national mock trial, national moot court, and national negotiations competitors, some of whom brought home a national title to our school. We have competed in internal competitions hosted by the Board of Advocates against one another, showing our ability to compete in advocacy competitions time and time again. We have members of the Order of the Barristers, recipients of the Presidential Award for St. Mary's, and members of 2 amazing law reviews, the Journal and the Scholar. We have hiked the Alps of Austria, we've seen the Great Wall of China up close and personal, and we've given up our spring breaks to participate in pro bono programs in many cities around Texas, as well as in New Orleans. Our pro bono teams helped countless individuals and worked side by side with practicing attorneys to remind our students how important it truly is to use our legal knowledge to give back to the community. And with that in mind, we've also increased community service across the campus tenfold. There's no place I'd rather be than with each of you here today at this graduation ceremony. While the majority of us still have the bar exam to tackle, I'm confident that the class of 2016 will take what our professors have taught us over these past years, put it to good use, and become the next great generation of attorneys. Congratulations to the class of 2016.
Thank you, Becca. The Pro Bono Service Award is presented to a graduate who has demonstrated servant leadership through a commitment to public interest law and has made significant contributions in time and effort to assist the disadvantaged in our community. Today, I am pleased to recognize Mr. Eric Garza as the 2016 recipient. Mr. Garza, would you stand? The National Association of Women Lawyers Outstanding Student Award is given to a third-year law student who has particularly contributed to the advancement of women in society. In honor of her significant achievements, this year's award is given to Ms. Stephanie Green. Ms. Green, would you stand? Now it is a pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker, Mr. Thomas J. Henry. Mr. Henry is a St. Mary's University School of Law alumnus of the class of 1988. Since establishing Thomas J. Henry Injury Attorneys in 1993, Mr. Henry has worked tirelessly to build a firm with a reputation for providing exceptional client service, extraordinary legal acumen, and professionalism. And so he has achieved consistent success at trial. Through Mr. Henry's efforts, Thomas J. Henry Injury Attorneys has become the largest personal injury firm in Texas, with nearly 100 experienced attorneys in offices in San Antonio, Corpus Christi, and Houston. The firm has successfully litigated claims against the largest corporations in the world, including Fortune 100 companies, and he has achieved national attention as a fierce litigator and preeminent trial attorney. Many of you know that only a few weeks ago he was honored for having the highest award in a case involving personal injury involving an automobile in Arnold versus Westfield, in which a young man was injured to the point of paralysis and would have had no relief but for the efforts of Thomas J. Henry and his colleagues, who ensured that he will have the care, the assistance, the recovery, and the damages that will allow him to be sustained for life. Thomas J. Henry's career thus far is a model of the representation of those in need to ensure that justice, which often has been denied to them, is finally given. An outstanding lawyer, leader, philanthropist, and innovator of the law, please welcome Thomas J. Henry.
Good afternoon. President Mangler, Dean Shepard, law faculty, thank you very much for allowing me to be here today, especially the law students. I heard a lot of accolades about me, but I will tell you, accolades sometimes are not what you think. In fact, a little story that happened to me this week, I was thinking about a case or two that I handled recently that I did very well. It wasn't a jury verdict, wasn't in the news. And got up that morning, started working immediately, literally, from the second I opened my eyes. Got in the shower, started showering. I was thinking about how I maneuvered that case to the point where my client got a result that I was even impressed with. But I was keeping it to myself. And I reached over and I grabbed the toothbrush and I put the toothpaste on it. I started brushing my teeth in the shower. All of a sudden I thought, I have a really bad taste in my mouth. And I got my glasses and I put them on, and I started using my wife's shampoo to brush my teeth. Immediately, that sour taste in my mouth really reminded me of what really has got me to where I am in my life. And it started very early on, and that's called being very humble. I humbled myself and I reminded myself that what you have accomplished in the past doesn't matter for today, and it doesn't matter for the future. It's what you're doing here and what you're doing now. So I grew up with pretty humble beginnings, and those humble beginnings and my background started at a very young age. I come from a family of 6. My mother and father both didn't do too well in their education. One finished high school, the other didn't. But what they did do is they instilled some core values, and those core values were humility, discipline, structure, sticking with it, having goals. Those are the virtues that have brought me to where I am today. But they also taught me that you don't throw away what you have. And of course, I got a law degree from this university, St. Mary's University. I sat out there just like you young people in 1988, wondering what my future would be. And I can tell you, I didn't think my future would be standing here today, much less hearing how one of the students just mentioned that if you look to your right and you look to your left, you won't be here. They told me that when I went to this school too in 1988. So I guess that's still working. And I think what's important about that's very, very important, is when you grow up with humility, when you grow up having to work hard, and you obtain the tools that you are obtaining now to help people, the people that you have not met, the situations that you've not confronted, those tools are going to be vital to you if you bring the values and virtues to this profession, like humility, like having goals, discipline, and structure. And so with that, I will tell you, one of the biggest motivators for me when I got out of this law school was fear. Fear is valuable to you young lawyers. Fear should make you prepare, over-prepare, and then re-prepare, because you're going to be representing someone that relies on you. And you're going to be in front of judges and juries, and preparation will get you 99% of the way home. If you don't prepare, all these tools won't matter. So, the fear of failure, the fear of letting your client down, the fear of not knowing the legal issues that are presented to you in handling a case should drive you to be the best that you possibly can. And I can tell you, having left St. Mary's with student debt, having left St. Mary's with young children, I had that fear. What am I going to do? But fear should likewise create focus for you in finding jobs and helping people throughout your life. The other important thing about your education that I think is paramount to whatever you're going to do, whether it's in business or being a trial lawyer, family lawyer, divorce lawyer, is your drive. One of the things at St. Mary's they can do for you is they can show you the law, teach you the law, tell you how to take the bar exam. But if you don't wake up in the morning with the drive, the intuition to get up and do something and work and begin to love what you're doing, then all your education is not going to turn into what you hoped it would be. That drive should put you in a position of being around those people that have knowledge and ability so that you can suck that up like a sponge. At this point in your career, you're so porous, and so many of the people around you that have maturity and knowledge are there to fill up your porous being with knowledge and maturity. Use your drive and take all that you can from them for one reason, so that you can benefit the people that you help and the people that you represent, because it will be necessary for you. The other thing that I find very interesting about young lawyers, coming into my law firm and meeting young lawyers that work at other law firms, is having goals. What are your goals? Do you even have a goal now? Should you have a goal now? And what I've learned in seeing young lawyers that get job after job after job is they begin to decide that they can't determine what their goals are. And one of the reasons they can't make that determination is because they didn't stick with that job long enough to figure out if they were going to be good at that job. Maybe they didn't like something about that job, and so they went and got another job, and got another job. And before you know it, they're aimlessly moving around within their legal profession. One of the most important things I will tell you is stick with whatever you pick doing. Don't deviate, because it will take you time to develop this art of being an attorney. It takes a long time to be educated, to have the maturity, and to use that to the advantage of people that you're helping. So stick with your job. You might change a few times, but make sure that you stick with it. Just like that baby crying back there, sticking with it, you need to stick with it. Have that intensity level. It certainly distracted me. So, the next key component comes from your heart and your soul. Just like the heart and soul, that baby's emanating in this entire room. And you've got to care. You've got to care about people. You've got to care about your cause. You've got to care about what you're doing that affects a family. And if you don't care in this profession, then it doesn't matter. Nothing matters. In fact, I would go as far as saying if you don't care, with your law license to help people and empathize with their issues, whether it's a company going through problems, whether it's someone going through a bankruptcy, a family law case, a personal injury case. If you don't care and you can't empathize with where they're coming from, and you can't feel where they're coming from, I don't think you should be in this profession. I've been accused of telling lawyers that work with me, if you don't care, there's the door. Because if you do care, it will emanate through everything you do as a lawyer. It'll emanate through your excellence in briefing. It'll emanate through arguing in front of a jury. It'll emanate through your interaction with your client. They'll know it, they'll feel it. And if you don't care, then you should probably find another job, because when you get a license to represent people, to represent companies, that comes with a lot of duties and a lot of responsibilities, like counseling them, talking to them, knowing their problems. And so I encourage you to make sure that the cornerstone of your entire career, every time you look down to do some work, ask yourself, am I caring enough about who I'm helping? And if you look down and you don't feel like you're caring enough, you're going to need to correct yourself. And if you can't correct yourself, then you're going the wrong way in this profession. So caring about people is something I've done for a long, long time. And I think a lot of the caring I feel about people is because of my humble beginnings. I know what the economic disparity feels like. I know what it feels like to be looked down on. I know what it feels like to have the worst car in the parking lot at St. Mary's University. So those are values that are very important for me. Understanding the disparity and mistreatment that occurs between people and corporations. And that has led me to a lot of public service. And public service is something for you at a very young age. Many of you have already heard. I heard about the pro bono situation. That's very good. I commend the young man for that award. I'm sure there are people that dearly appreciate his service. But as you start out your career, remember, you don't have to do big things. You can do little things for people. And one of the things I did as a young lawyer when I first started my law firm, when I didn't really have any resources, is I was confronted with a man walking through the front door of my office, someone I didn't know, someone I didn't represent. He asked me if I could help him with some boots. Could I buy him boots for $49, steel-toed boots? They have to be steel-toed. Then he asked me, could he get a bus ticket to Kansas? Kind of was getting to me there because I was raised on a farm in Kansas. And so I went into my business office and said, okay, I need $300 for a bus ticket and some steel boots. And the person that was working in there said, what are you doing with that money? So I'm going to give it to this guy that walked in off the street. And they said, well, why are you going to do that? And I said, because I feel like doing that, because I think this man is really trying to advance himself. And it was shortly before school started in the fall. And by Christmas, that man had sent me a postcard of his wife and his kids from Kansas, where he got his first job to support his wife and kids. And he was a brand new immigrant in this country. And I felt just immense pleasure that I took the risk on that man and that family. It could have gone wrong, but I'll tell you, when you can help people, you're going to learn sometimes you might get taken a little advantage of. Don't worry about being taken advantage of. Worry about taking care of the people that need help, whether it's feeding them, whether it's education, whether it's the elderly. And I've learned over my career that the feeling you will get from helping people is so rewarding. It can be private and it can be public. But it's what brings our communities together. It's what ties us together. It's what creates humanity among all of us. And you should understand that with your education or with your economic background, that's a pleasure and a luxury that many people never have. And so as you get the opportunity to succeed in life, I hope you remember people that helped you along the way and people that you'll be able to help along the way. This type of a career and having a large law firm and having jury trials every Monday is a big process of managing your life, both professionally and personally. For you all, at some point in your careers, you may be married and have significant others in your lives and children, and it'll be important for you to have that balance in your life, because you want to be able to go to work and focus on your work and focus on the people that you're helping. And if you're not balanced, that can be difficult. One of the things that does concern me about being an attorney is seeing a very high depression rate among lawyers. That needs to change, and that can change with balance in your life. So I encourage you, as you succeed and as you have those long days, if you have families, make sure you achieve a balance. I've been lucky enough with my wife as Tekka, my daughter Maya, and Thomas, my son Thomas, to have that balance. I can't do it without balance. And so I want to thank them, and for you all, I want to tell you, find whatever balance it is for you. Because at the end of the day, when you go to work and you represent people, you need to have focus. Focus on your profession, focus on your clients. In closing, I'd like to tell you all, congratulations. It's a big, big day for you. When I was in that seat, and I was a 25-year-old man, I never thought I would see the light at the end of the tunnel when I started law school, much less college. So you're on your way to a wonderful journey in life, and how you deal with everyone that comes along in your life will be up to you. But I hope it's done with majesty, professionalism, grace, and I hope that also the parents and families that are here that have done so much to help you, I commend them. I commend the values that allowed you all to be here today. Certainly there are people along the way that inspired you to be here, and I want to commend the families and parents for all they've done. Lastly, San Antonio is a small town, and you're going to get your law licenses soon. And I just got one warning for you. If you go up against me, you better be ready. Godspeed.
I'm sometimes asked by a commencement speaker, what should I say? And when Tom Henry said something along those lines, I said, don't worry, you're going to get it right no matter what you do, but you really did get it right. And I want to thank you, and I want to invite you all one more time to thank not only our alumnus, a great friend of the university, a great friend of the law school, and my friend, Thomas J. Henry. You may wonder when we're going to reach the moment for the conferral of degrees, and it is now. First, may I present to you our hooding officers, elected by the JDs eligible to graduate today, Professors Al Kaufman and David Granardo. And our reader of names, Professor Dela Pepe. Now, if the ladies and gentlemen of the class of 2016 will please stand, and President Mingler will join me here at the podium.
Graduates, please stand. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of St. Mary's University, I confer upon each of you the respective degree for which you have been recommended, with all the rights, privileges, responsibilities, and obligations appertaining thereunto. And I offer my sincere congratulations.
the degree of Master of Jurisprudence, concentration in International and Comparative Law, Hail Atala M. Alanazi. Concentration in International and Comparative Law, Sultan Dakila Aluhani. Concentration in Taxation, Pro Bono, and Public Service Certificate, John Chilton Calhoun. Magna Cum Laude, concentration in International and Comparative Law, Graham B. Scott. The degree of Doctor of Jurisprudence, Taylor Patrick Adams. Allison Elizabeth Albrecht. Jim L. Alcido. Joshua William Alexander. Magna Cum Laude, Cassie Delane Apple. Rolando Argüelles, Jr. Alisa Annette Arriola. Reeves Austin Ashley. Victoria Cruz Azuara. Brittany Marie Baker. Brittany Nicole Baldovinos. Benjamin Gordon Barnard. Pro Bono and Public Service Certificate, Tanner Keith Barnes. Sarah Bassler. Cum laude, Christopher W. Bell. Joint degrees, Doctor of Jurisprudence and Masters of Business Administration, Forrest N. Blackwelder Baggett. Pro Bono and Public Service Certificate, Danae Lynn Bach Barnes. Magna Cum Laude, Jesse Bolaños. Magna Cum Laude, Veronica Bonham Gregory. Magna Cum Laude, Jennifer Neal Bruning. Andres Charles Campion. Michael Anthony Candelas. Adam Rafael Cárdenas. Joseph Robert Cárdenas. Pro Bono and Public Service Certificate, Mallory Catherine Carley. Benjamin L. Carter. Chad Christensen. Tiffany Marie Cigarroa. Hannah Caitlin Clark. Noah Russell Coltman. Alexander Raymond Komsudi. Catherine Campbell Cook. Amy Renee Corbin. David Leon Dackbert Garcia. Kevin Jacob Beanda. Magna Cum Laude, Luis de Bono Paula. Veronica de Leon. Austin Anthony Delgado. Stephanie Cho de Sola. Joint degrees, Doctor of Jurisprudence and Masters of Art, Pro Bono and Public Service Certificate, Cody Ryan Dobechka. John C. Duff. Joint degrees, Doctor of Jurisprudence and Masters of Art, Tess Victoria Dunn. Jennifer Duran Mena. Aglaé Eufrasio. Tiffany N. Fader. Roderick O. Falk. Stephen M. Fields. Pro Bono and Public Service Certificate, Rebecca Kathleen Fisher. Sam Robert Fugate II. Hillary Marie Garcia. Marisela Garcia. Magna cum laude, Orlando Garcia. Celina Maria May Garcia. Cecil L. Andrade Garcia. Joint degrees, Doctor of Jurisprudence and Masters of Business Administration, Pro Bono and Public Service Certificate, and President's Award recipient, Eric Michael Garza. Pro Bono and Public Service Certificate, Nicole Garza. Joint degrees, Doctor of Jurisprudence and Masters of Business Administration, William Dean Gavitt. Matthew Gilbert. Stephen E. Gilmore. Joint degrees, Doctor of Jurisprudence and Masters of Public Administration, Geraldine J. Gonzalez. Cum Cum laude, pro bono and public service certificate, Jessica Beret Gonzalez. Pro bono and public service certificate, Rosemary Gonzalez. Tabitha Marie Gonzalez. Ted Felipe Gonzalez III. Brandon J. Grable. Cum laude, pro bono and public service certificate, and President's Award recipient, Alicia Monica Grant. Stephen Paul Gravesmill. Graduating number 1 in the class, summa cum laude, Stephanie M. Green. Pro bono and public service certificate, Christine Maya McCown Gregg. Joint degrees, Doctor of Jurisprudence and Masters of Business Administration, Matthew Adair Grimshaw. Pro bono and public service certificate, Jennifer Marie Guerrero. Pro bono and public service certificate, Kayla Jean Gutierrez. Austin Michael Hagee. Jeffrey David Hall. Cum laude, Robert S. Harrison. Cum laude, Jennifer W. Hartman. Cum laude, Adriana Nicole Hernandez. Amanda Inés Hernandez. Pro bono and public service certificate, Gabriela Hernandez. Alexander E. Hilliard. Marjorie Ann Hilmo. Pro bono and public service certificate, Rachel Blair Hoblet. Jason Edward Howarth. Christopher Randall Huffstedler. Maria Trang An Quinn. Samuel Douglas Johnson. Brian Arthur Jones. Dave S. Jones. Kathleen Eileen Jones. Pro bono and public service certificate, Natalie Erin Carge. Pro bono certificate and public service certificate, Brittany Jean Kohler. Craig A. Langford II. Katie Elizabeth Layton. Pro bono and public service certificate, Adriana Leal. Ross Anthony Lewis. Pro bono and public service certificate, Jason Lindstetter. Daile Lopez Benavides. Matthew J. Longoria. Melissa Natalie Lozano. Sean Matthew Luchnick. Pro bono and public service certificate, Carl Luth. Amber C. Macias. Pro bono and public service certificate, Ramon Macias IV. Pro bono and public service certificate, Zachary Rick Manuel. Brian Aaron Marks. Pro bono and public service certificate, Gabriela Denise Marquez. Pro bono and public service certificate, Alvin Lloyd Martin. Lisa Marie Martinez. Joint degrees, Doctor of Jurisprudence and Masters of Art, Pro Bono and Public Service Certificate, Jonathan Paul Mason. Benjamin Dylan Caskey Matthews. James Sterling Maddox. Matthew Anthony Matusik. Travis Wayne McBride. Michael Stephen McCann, Jr. Joint degrees, Doctor of Jurisprudence and Masters of Art, Brittany Michelle Mears. Cum laude, joint degrees, Doctor of Jurisprudence and Masters of Business Administration, Pro Bono and Public Service Certificate, Luis Angel Medina, Jr. Joint degrees, Doctor of Jurisprudence and Masters of Art, Jessica Doris Mendicutti. Pro Bono and Public Service Certificate, Sean Deus Menendez. Sophia Mitha. Brianni Rochelle Moore. Robert Hunter Moose. Derek Dave Morales. Joint degrees, Doctor of Jurisprudence and Masters of Business Administration, Pro Bono and Public Service Certificate, Bessie A. Muñoz Castillo. Juan Pablo Muro. Kathleen Marie Murray. Vincent Lewis Musgrove. Joint degrees, Doctor of Jurisprudence and Masters of Arts, Paolo Miguel Nancas. Brian Gregory Nesbitt. Stephen Trong Nguyen. David Joseph Nunez. Cum laude, Dorian Ogeman. Dallas Elizabeth Olson. Cesar Ornelas II. Anthony Matthew Ortega. Thomas S. Pear. Kelsey Elizabeth Partapillo. Rebecca Hajiali Patel. Rachel Taylor Ruth Patman.
Caitlin Payne.
Caitlin Payne. Dylan Piercy. Shay Dylan Pearson. Monica Renee Perales. Sarah Marie Peters. Blake Langford Pierce. John Anthony Polreese. Ponta Parabas. Persia Parabas. Mitchell Reese Paramity. Dylan Berto Price. Gabriel Eduardo Paitel. Pro Bono and Public Service Certificate, Renee Antonia Ramirez. Roberto A. Ramirez. Roland Domingo Ramos. Romeo Rendon III. Justin Ryan Reyes. Amanda Riojas. Laura Michelle Rivas. Ashley Marie Robert. Pro bono and public service certificate, Nadine G. Rodriguez. Pro bono and public service certificate, Elvira Garcia Roque. Pro bono and public service certificate, Danielle Nicole Rushing.
John Ryan.
John F. Ryan. Joint degrees, Doctor of Jurisprudence and Masters of Business Administration, Timothy Ian Saha.
Daniel John Salas.
Daniel John Salas, Jr. Brittany K. Sanchez. Pro bono and public service certificate, Camila Andrea Sanchez. David Omar Sanchez. Cum laude, Christina Isabel Santos.
Measure like measure. Measure, measure, sardine. Measure.
Fejer Sardini.
Francesco Antonio Scampi.
Summa cum laude, joint degrees, Doctor of Jurisprudence and Masters of Business Administration, Francesco Antonio Scaglione. Cassidy Kaylee Schnee. Parker DeWitt Schumacher. Magna cum laude, pro bono and public service certificate, Eric Mitchell Schumann. Dominic D. Silvera.
Todd Sinuous.
Todd Jeffrey Sinulus. Pro bono and public service certificate, Giancarlo J. Serna. Benjamin B. Shaver III. Sarah Ellen Smart. Madeline Laree Smith. Rogelio Soto Jr. Summa cum laude, Olga Stansel. Magna cum laude, Claire Marie Strom. Angela Marie Tavares.
Laura Michelle Taylor.
Cum laude, Laura Michelle Tannenbaum.
Eric Alexander
Eric Alexander Taylor. Magna cum laude, pro bono and public service certificate, Molly Julia Lee Thompson. Allison Kathleen Tipton. Young B. Tran. Ignacio Raúl Troncoso. Summa cum laude, Larry S. Shearhart. Pro bono and public service certificate, Haley Michelle Tucker. Amanda O'Donnell Vieira. Pro bono and public service certificate, Heather Courtney Villalobos. Holly Catherine Voth.
Marshall Lance Walters. No pro bono. No, that's wrong.
No? Joint degrees, Doctor of Jurisprudence and Masters of Business Administration, Marshall Lance Walters. Joint degrees, Doctor of Jurisprudence and Masters of Business Administration, Albert Williams III. Tyler Nathaniel Wilson. Michael Alexander Winnie.
Leah Marie Wise.
Leah Marie Wise.
Stephanie Annalise Zaragoza.
Pro bono and public service certificate, Stephanie Annalise Zaragoza.
Betsabe Federico Alemán Giles. ¿Va a decir algo del máster o no?
The degree of Masters of Laws in American Legal Studies, Betsabe Jerico Alemán Giles.
Susana Alonso Payet.
Susana Alonso Payet.
Noraberta Fernández Prado.
Noraberta Fernández Prado. Norma Pesina Monterrey. Francisco Perales. Xuanti Tan. Marta Nguyen Minh Tran Le.
Richard Villar.
Richard Villar. Jen Jong. International and Comparative Law, Abdul Aboder. Néstor Allende Asparó. Pedro Adrián Villar.
Vivian Catherine Sanchez.
And Vivian Catherine Sanchez.
Graduates, many of your degrees were purchased not only by your toil, but by the support, tolerance, and belief in you of many others. Graduates, would you please stand? Turn, take a moment, find your family and friends, and thank them. And now, on behalf of your faculty, your law school, and your university, I congratulate each and every one of you. Good luck. Godspeed. Let us recognize our graduates. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you would, I'd like to ask you again to welcome the Moipe sisters who will sing our alma mater, the Bells of St. Mary's. They will sing it twice. Please listen on the first rendition, and then please join them in the second. The lyrics are printed on the back of your programs, the Moipes.
The bells of St. Mary's, I hear they are ringing. time. One more time, let's sing together. The bells of St. Mary's, I hear they are ringing. They sing out the bright hopes of hearts firm and true. And while they are ringing, our young hearts are singing the praises of the glory of the golden
Thank you so very much. Please be seated. Thank you so much, Moipes. Thank you. And now, the benediction will be offered by Sister Grace Wally, campus minister for the School of Law. Sister Grace.
This closing prayer may be the answer you had from God on the first day of law school when you prayed, "Oh God, please, please let me pass." And so go with this blessing. Will our graduates please stand? May you find wisdom in heart and mind, success in every challenge, courage to seek life's purpose, strength to do your best, honor and integrity in the legal profession, love in friendship and family. And on this Jubilee years of the Marianist priest, brothers and sisters, may Mary, patron of our university, guide our efforts in the way of justice. And now, class of 2016, you arrived as strangers, and now, with God's blessing, leave as colleagues to join our outstanding alumni. Vaya con Dios. Amen.
Graduates, as you stand, I would invite you to think briefly of the people who are here, not only as your special guests, but also as your hosts. Our president, provost, members of our trustees, and most especially a faculty who have worked late into the night and early from the morning to guide you as you enter into the profession of law. Please take a moment, think of the faculty contributions, the university things that you will carry with you ever, and thank them. And so to all of our graduates, our friends, our guests, my colleagues, thank you all for coming today. All of you are invited to join our graduates at a reception at the St. Anthony Hotel downtown at 300 East Travis Street. And now, may I ask our guests to please remain seated as our graduates and faculty exit the arena. Congratulations.